So it's been a little over a year since I purchased my Framework laptop. So after an entire year's worth of use, what are my thoughts? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So it's been a little over a year since I purchased my Framework laptop. Now, in that time, I have had two different operating systems, Linux and Windows. I've dual booted, and I've gone back to just having Windows 11. I also started off with 16 gigs of RAM, and the computer now has 32. So, after an entire year's worth of use, every single day, I thought I would share some of my thoughts and opinions on the Framework laptop. We're going to start with the specifications of my exact Framework laptop. I chose the Framework laptop DIY edition. I chose the Intel i7 1165G7 motherboard. Initially, no RAM and no operating system. For the modules, I chose one HDMI, one USB-A, and two USB-C. I ordered the Framework laptop on October 5th, 2021. Now, I was part of what they call batch 5, so I was the 5th set of people on the first generation of laptop to place an order. Shipping, configuring the laptop, packaging it, and getting it shipped out at that time took Framework about a month. So after I placed my order, the next step was waiting. But there's one thing you don't have to wait for, and that's channel swag. I bet you didn't know it, but Reviews for Nerds has a swag shop. Check it out. You can get pretty much anything you want with my logo on it. I personally have the coffee mug, the t-shirts, and stickers on the back of my car. So check out our swag shop, link down below in the comments. Profits from the swag shop help me to create better content for you. So pick up your Reviews for Nerds swag today. I received the Framework laptop on November 13th, 2021. And the first thing I did was turn on my camera and do an unboxing video. So here you can see me unboxing and showing off all the different components that come with the DIY edition. The DIY edition is different from their standard edition in that you have to put the laptop together yourself. And considering that's kind of what I do for a living, I wanted to do that myself. It comes with stickers, and the little modules themselves come in little individual boxes. You even get a screwdriver to help you assemble the laptop. Setting up the Framework laptop is pretty easy. You undo the screws at the bottom, which are captive screws, pull the keyboard up, and you have access to everything inside the laptop. All the components are QR coded so that you can scan the items to find a replacement part. Now here you can see me putting in the hard drive that I purchased from Framework, my RAM, and closing the computer back up. Everything else was kind of already in there. So even the DIY edition is mostly assembled. So along with all the hardware components of the Framework laptop, I decided to purchase the Framework laptop charger. It was an extra $60, but I thought having a branded charger made sense with the purchase. Now I've had almost no issues with the Framework laptop or its charger, except one thing. The charging cable, as you can see here, is not original, doesn't match. It's just a USB-C to USB-C cable that I purchased on Amazon. Their standard charger, the part that actually plugs into your computer, started fraying about 6 inches away from the charging end of the cable. And so I just couldn't use that. As a recommendation to you, if you're looking for a Framework laptop, I'm not even sure I would purchase their standard charger. I have found a much better charger, and it's one that's been mentioned on MKBHD and other channels. And that's this AOHI 65-watt computer charger. Now the cool thing about this one is you've got a little video screen on the end of this charger that will show you the amount of wattage that the device you're charging is pulling. I kind of like that. Plus, the small form factor of the charger beats even the small form factor of the charger that Framework has. So it makes it much easier to travel. I will have a link to this charger in the comments down below. Number one, I like the upgradability of this device. So I bought the 11th gen Core i7, but if I wanted to, I could come to Framework's website here and I could buy a new motherboard. I could get the 12th gen kit. And all I would have to do is just pull my motherboard out, pull the monitor off to replace a cable, and put it all back together again, and I'd have an upgraded computer. And then I can take my used motherboard and put it on their marketplace, which will give me the ability to get some of my money back for the upgrade. Not only does this help reduce waste by recycling older equipment, it also brings a community of people together to help keep these devices active longer. You can also find totally other different uses for these old motherboards. I've seen people that have 3D printed cases for them and turned them into portable Windows computers. And you can even take that a step further and just stick that to the back of a regular monitor and have an all-in-one device. It's pretty cool. And the second thing that I like about the Framework laptop are the expansion cards. Now, while I bought two USB-Cs, a USB-A, and an HDMI, I have the option to buy all sorts of different things. And Framework has even come out with an Ethernet expansion card, which is a great idea considering now I have to get a USB to Ethernet adapter. So it's something I am actually thinking of picking up in the future. You can get display ports, USB-C, HDMI, micro SD expansion slots, which would be another good idea for me to pick up, and I might do that here soon. Or you can even get a refurbished pack of expansion cards. Once again, helping reduce waste. And the third thing that I like about the Framework laptop is its portability. Yeah, it's a laptop, but it's in the perfect form factor for me. It's kind of like the size of a 13-inch MacBook Pro, but it doesn't feel like it weighs as much to me. The materials are durable. I've carried this laptop around with me indoors, outdoors, all sorts of different environments, and it's worked just fine. I've had no issues with charging, but admittedly, I went into the BIOS of this machine, and just like my Tesla, I never let it charge to 100%. 99% of the time, the laptop sits on my desk plugged into a dock, and so the battery doesn't ever charge up to 80%. That is a feature I can turn off in the BIOS if I ever need to, but so far I haven't needed to change that. So after using the Framework laptop for a solid year and having every single video that I have put out since November 13th of 2021 being shot on and edited with this computer, what are my thoughts? Well, I really like it. I purchased this laptop as my first brand new laptop since the first generation MacBook Air had come out. I'm quite pleased with the power and responsiveness of the laptop. And I'm happy with its portability and its ability to maintain a charge. If there were anything that I could change about this computer, it would probably be the built-in graphics card. Now, the Framework laptop uses an Intel Iris Xe graphics card. And while it does a really good job for most things, there are just certain video games that won't load properly with this. Now, for me, as I get older, that doesn't seem to be much of a big deal. Especially according to my kids, I really can't play video games. So it would be nicer to have something a little beefier for the price point, in my opinion. Maybe that's something that can be addressed in future generations and iterations of the Framework laptop motherboard. Overall, I've been quite satisfied with this laptop. I hope that it's a couple more years before I'll need to upgrade generations, knowing that it's available for me to just order a new motherboard and put it in this laptop and have an even stronger computer than I had before without creating all the e-waste of having an older laptop that has to be then wiped and sold on some marketplace somewhere or donated or trashed is a wonderful thought. I like the fact that I can replace literally every component inside this computer so that I really never have to spend another $1,300 all at one time again. I can slowly upgrade and modify components of this computer until the case wears out. And even then, I can buy a new case. So as long as Framework is able to keep up with the demand and keep producing units, I'll never have to completely buy a new computer ever again. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this 1-year review of my Framework laptop. I hope you found the information helpful. And if you have any questions about Framework laptops, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm not being paid by Framework at all. I paid for this with my own money. They have no idea that I'm making this video. I just like the computer so much that I thought I would share my thoughts with you guys. So again, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. As always, I thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you liked watching this video as much as I did making it. My name is Bryant. This is Reviews for Nerds. Have a fantastic day.